Hi, this is France here. I would like to make today a process video with you using some product of Art by Marlene out of her signature collection at Studio Lies. She has a whole bunch of very nice products in our range, but I will be using these ones. I will eventually use other ones out of my stash to complete the work. So I'm taking a piece of paper out of my little art journal, and it's a very nice paper. It's a sturdy one, good for mixed media, watercolor. And well, I will put things away to start. I'm going to use this foamy for the background. Foamy is this 1 out of 5 from the Circle Salad. And I will also be using this Bold and Bright palette of watercolor. It's really, really nice. So I'm spraying some water to make a better substrate for the watercolor, and also spraying directly on the watercolor. And I'm going to go with some reds, pink, down to the bottom, going slowly from one color to the other. So I started with a red pink one, which is a lipstick, and then I went to something more pinksy, and then a bit darker pink with Floral Magic. Now I'm busy with some violets, purple. It's the bohemian color. And then I go to use some blue. In the navy is the name. And finally I'm using a blue-green color, which is ocean. So then I'm going back up to make the color more intense. It was a bit pale, more vibrant. I didn't want to have a very strong background, but still, it has to be a bit more. So, now it's finished, and then when it's, at this point I like to let the color flow. It's flowing more on the side than anything. And after having dried it, I'm going to go further on with the background using a stencil with some ink. I want to make a few points of interest here and there on the background with a color which will be coming back later. And yes, that's enough, I think. Now I'm going to work with the foamy. I'm making a little palette next to my work, and I'm stamping the foamy in it, and then on the paper it makes a nice drawing there. Then after the pink I went to the blue, and actually there was a bit of red of my brush on my brush left, so it makes a more violet color, which is actually nice. But still, I wanted to add a bit of sunshine, and I took some yellow, not too much, but to give the impression that the sun is shining there on the paper. So now it's finished. So I'm going to give the final touch now, and I will color the edge with this archival ink. It defines the layout. It makes a nice contrast with the rest of the color. Now the background is really done, and I'm going to work on the focal point. As I said in the beginning, I wanted to use that stamp. It's my favorite one of the collection, I must say. I really love this flower. So I'm going to stamp it on a blank piece of paper. I'm going to color it with the watercolor palette of Marlene, cut it out, and then I will be able to implement my flower on the background to finish the layout. So let's see how I now color the flower. Having the flower cut, I can glue it on the background, and you see it shows a bit on the side of the paper like that. Still, I wanted to give the flower some leaves, and Marlene has this nice block of die cuts, and I picked 5 of them. I find it very easy to do so, and now I'm trying to figure out where to put those leaves before I glue them. There's a leaf showing also outside the paper. Now, it looks fine for me like that. The leaves being also glued on the paper, I found that it's not this white edge, not so nice. So I wanted to give it a bit of color and take the white off and better integrate the whole leaves in the background with the flower to make a better whole of out of the layout. So I used the color of the background to paint it. Now I wanted to add some writing. I'm not so fond of big quotes on the top of the paper. I prefer something more discreet. So I wanted to add those 2 quotes: art makes my days, art colors my world, around the flower. And it gives a sort of speed around the flower. I think it looks quite dynamic. Now, so it's almost finished. I wanted to doodle, but finally I've chosen to use some gesso and make some dots of color. The gesso allows me to be able to paint over the background, and that the color really shows. So you see that now I have something like 6 or 7 dots, which I'm going to paint with several colors and give really the form of a circle. So I've got some, let's say some red, and then I added some what was, oh yeah, I had put some gesso everywhere. Some green, and then I use another color to make some shadow. Just some blue on the green and some orange on the red. I can call it finished. The layout for Marlene is done. I added some stripes at the top, and I put it on the darker background so that you can see how it looks. I can put it now back into the art journal. It will be the first layout of a series, I hope. So see you later with some more videos. Thank you. Bye.